I don't know. I'll be here for a little bit, y'all. So just hit me up. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just on my phone. I'm just on my phone. So just hit me up because hanging out till about 6 and then I'll go. Corny. You can send me a question and I'll answer it. Is this live already? It's live. Okay, I'm gonna assume it's live. Okay. Hot mic. I'm in the studio. we live and warming up. So I figured I'd just go through my Facebook feed and look and see who's here. Okay. Maxell Williams, his son, um, now attends the Ohio State, I believe, because I'm looking at my feed. So I'm assuming, and I see him in the uniform. And, he has a son that's like um, at USC and the other place. Mm, I guess I could look on his feed, huh? Let me see. He has three sons. All of them play college football at the same time. Can you imagine having three sons? Wait. Does he have all three at the same time? See, I'm trying to go through his feed now. I keep up with my friends, but like, I could do a better job of it. Okay. So let me see. Oh, no, that's St. John Bosco. So he has USC, USC. Okay, USC. Well, I was in his feed. So anyway, I know nobody's here. It's supposed to be 6 o'clock. So I'm testing, testing. One, two. Oh yeah. Yeah. Um, let me see which screen is up. You know, there's like 1,000 screens here, so I gotta go find this screen. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll close the door. It is my presentation. Okay. Do you want me to get the fan for you? Yeah. I can take it out of here. It was too loud for it there, but I can. That's why I'm doing my system. Looks like a halo behind you. Can you hear me? You can't hear me, huh? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can't see me because your computer isn't on. Your computer isn't on, huh? Like you're on like 5 other screens. Oh, thank you. I thought we would start with reading um, the newspaper ad. What do you think? Can you hear me? Am I muted? What is, let's see, the speaker, audio, microphone. I got a lot of screens, so let me find my, there we go. Do you want to read? Now, can you hear me? You can hear me now? Still can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Whew. All right. Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Hi.
Hi.
Let me show my face too.
Okay.
How are you?
Can you see me?
How are you? Can you see me? Can you
I
see
can.
me now?
Hi.
Hi. Hold on. Let me. Okay. All right. So, okay, now I only see my face. Why is that? Okay. Because of all these screens, I'm telling you. It's really difficult. Okay, now I can see your face. Okay. All right. So, do you want to read the Juneteenth ad? Can you see it if I put it up?
Oh, look, and you are even here live on Facebook. I can see your face, so this is good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay. All right. So,
yeah, now I've got you.
So, do you want to read the Juneteenth ad? Can you see it if I put it up?
Is it? Look, and you are even here live on Facebook. I can see your face. This is good. Really? Yeah, now I've got you. Okay, we're actually both engaging here, just so you know.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I had to deal with my issue over here on this side because I've got Facebook and Zoom talking at the same time. I'm going to turn off my Facebook volume. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, cool. So I turned off my volume on Facebook because it is delayed.
Right.
All right, so I'm here with you now. What do you want me to do?
I was wondering.
Wait, I need lipstick, okay? Hold on. Oh, there it is. I'll read it, but I need
No,
to pee
no,
and
not
get
now.
lipstick.
Not now. Like I'm talking when we start.
Oh, okay, good. I'm going to go pee and get lipstick.
I need some water, probably. I was gonna stand up, but you know, I'm getting old, so my back hurts. She's literally is she yelling from the bathroom? Okay. Let me see. Okay. This is a live testing. Testing.
Can you hear me?
All the way from the bathroom.
Oh, shit, really? Is that too bright? Is that going to blow me out?
I don't know. Is it? No.
Yeah, that's going to blow me out. So I'm going to move my seat to the side.
Okay.
Or to...
I love the flowers on the shirt.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you need water?
I'm good. How are you? You got your lipstick on? Put on my makeup. Say a little prayer for you. Forever. Ever, ever. So it's 5:55. It's 5:55. Putting your face on. Can you see my
Your salad?
no my tooth, my discolored tooth. I have a discolored tooth from wrestling at Compton High School.
I have one back here.
Mm.
It's when blood gets stuck.
Yeah, that's what they said. So yeah, let me show you the thing. Wait, hold on. And what I'll do is I'll just scroll through it, and then you can introduce me if you want.
Well, hell, that means I need to get your freaking bio out.
I think you could wing it.
No.
No. Okay.
Okay. So, all right. I've got it right in front of me.
All right, cool.
I'm going to text it to myself, though.
Just in case. So.
Yeah. Just because I don't want to jack it up. All right. So I just texted it to myself. All right. So I've got people. I texted myself. All right. I can see that I'm on Facebook. All right. So you want me to read that ad?
Do you want? I can read it. I mean, I know you got a lot of screens in front of you, but I thought it'd be a good way to start off and you read it and then introduce me, and then I'll do the speech, and then I'll talk a little bit, and then we'll have a question and answer, and then roll it on up, wrap it on up, wrap it, and that's a wrap.
And how many people do we want to have here before we start?
You know what? I'm just gonna start at 6, and keep it loose. Keep it loose,
No, I don't think we should start exactly at 6. I think we should wait till we get some people in here.
Okay, then we can talk about the intersection in which we are, which is the Santa Clara Pueblo and the
Do we have to tell people that?
Nambe. We don't have to. I just, we got a couple minutes. I figured we'd just add that in there.
Well, we've got someone besides you and I here. I don't know who.
Oh, we do? Wow, okay.
We've got 3 people here, and I think
they can ask questions before it starts, but I guess it's going to start in 2 minutes. So,
and I think 2 of those people are you and I.
It's a good thing we tape these things, and so.
Okay, I'm just going to say we've got way too much going on here.
You know what? You have no idea how many screens I have up, and to the point where I had to outline the thing that I've been saying the whole time. So in case I get lost, I could easily come back. I had to do some zeroing in.
Your mic is mute. Am I muted?
No, I can hear you loud and clear, Skipper.
Okay, I wonder if everybody can hear both of us on. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, come back. But now you're about to get a whole bunch of echo.
Yeah. All right. Your mic is muted. Am I muted?
No, I can hear you loud and clear.
5:59. So you don't want me to start at 6? You want me to?
No, I think we should wait for some people to roll in.
Save time.
And we're in the land of mañana, señor. Okay, I'm walking away to someone here.
Okay. All right, but we can see you in the bathroom. We can see you in the bathroom. Never mind. Okay. Yes, I can see you in the bathroom. But I think you're only on Zoom, so that don't count. So I can't see you in the let me, you know what? This is live, and it's 6 o'clock, and the producer's in the bathroom. So we're gonna wait a little bit until the producer's here. Hi, I am Dr. Nelson. It is 6 o'clock, and technically we're started, but we want to save time. We want to leave time open for the people who are not here. In the meanwhile, I will show off the shirt.
Is my fan too loud?
Huh? No, I can't hear it at all. So yeah, this is the illuminated baseball shirt, Blackdom. And I can talk about it. You can ask questions about it. Some people already know about it. But basically, it is my dissertation in a shirt. And, the people who have them, most of them know how it's connected to my dissertation. It's basically like no one would read my dissertation. So I made a shirt and put certain elements on it to where if you came across Blackdom again, you would see that they are connected to the shirt. I've had friends who said, that shirt is ugly, Donovan. He said my shirt was ugly. Like he said, I would never wear that. I would never wear that shirt. But I think other people really got it and understood.
Hey, we've got someone that wants to order one from China. Yeah, Alexa Wagner.
Wow, that's what's up. Wagner, that Wagner from the Wagner Blackdomite family.
She lives in China,
Wow, that's epic.
right?
Wow.
Yeah, she said, "Do you think you'd send me one in China?" And I said, "Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
figure out some shipping together."
yeah, we're gonna send you one in China.
All right. Well, I can't tell if we've got people on here because I've got a LinkedIn up. I've got
Yeah.
I've got Restream.
I know. We just keeping it easy because this, I want this to kind of have a, I don't know, barbecue feel a little bit like this is a barbecue. You know what I mean? Just kicking it, telling people stories, joking, thinking, engaging in the Afro-Frontier. That's what this is about. So I guess we'll give them another 2 minutes. And then we're going to start off with a reading. It is from a newspaper ad put out by Blackdomites. I assume Crutcher, Eubank. I assume, and I can tell you why I assume it's Crutcher, Eubank. And let me see if I can. We're gonna read it in a minute. We're just waiting for people to come on. I'm gonna turn my phone off. Over here buzzing.
So I'm being told that Vicki Bannerman's trying to get on, and she gets an error message.
Oh
When
wow!
I joined via phone, a hair video comes up. I see my hair.
we this is a live testing, folks. You're watching history in the making.
Oh, I don't know
Okay.
what to say.
I love that ring. You're gonna have to explain that ring later. I guess we're in the middle here. I love that ring though.
I do too. Okay, so I gotta send Vicki this link.
Okay.
Oh my God, there's too much going on here.
Just take your time. I'm in the studio. That's from Usher in
Like the vocalist Usher?
Yes, like Usher Raymond, the singer.
I wonder if everyone is having that problem.
Uh-oh. See, that's why we didn't start, right? Make sure. This is a live testing. So let me see. Maybe I should.
Boy, I don't know what to say.
If anyone is in IT, can tell us what to do next.
This is making us look really bad right now.
Hey, who went to school for this? Who went to school for this? Someone went to school for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just wait until it's cleared up.
I get excited thinking someone's commented and it's really just me.
What to do next? It seems like we're fine. I think we should just go ahead and do it. Because I'm looking at us on Facebook and we look lovely. We look delightful. We look delightful. Can somebody tell us? I mean, because I know that, okay, there looks like there's a third party here.
Right. I wish they would comment or something.
Is there anybody out there?
But
this is post-pandemic, right? So, it's like, is anybody out there? Hello? Hello?
This is really bad.
Call your father.
Oh, yeah, no.
See if he can.
Dad, that's not nice.
Can you see us?
Okay, well,
I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I think it's probably the old link. Maybe people are clicking on because it had to buy a ticket.
no,
So
I
who's right?
fixed that.
Yeah, but you think you have, and then the one that they have, they just never changed it, and it's in their calendar. So if they're looking in their calendar, it's the same one.
Okay, so then you know what? I think we should log off this crap and get on the Facebook watch.
It's not going to help.
Ay, Dios mío, Timothy.
It's not going to help. So it's not that hard to go to the Facebook feed.
Okay, I'm telling you, I don't think that. I don't know. I see you in the event, so I
See
don't
what
know.
I'm saying? Like, so that's why I said we should just start. I see it. I don't see it. I think anyone who wants to see it, they'll find it. And if not, they can watch it later. How about that? And we will go from there.
Okay, are you going to cut all this out?
Cut all what
All
out?
this extra stuff?
What extra stuff? Yes, of course. That's why that's why it doesn't have to start at 6. I can cut it out. Yeah. I'm gonna cut
You
it
know,
out.
everybody can rewind and start from the beginning and watch all
Yeah,
that.
but if they want to do that, fine. They can do that. But I doubt if that's what they want to do. Really.
Well, poor Vicky, she's trying to log in and she just can't.
She doesn't have to log in. Just go to the Facebook feed. It should be right there. Just tell her to go to the if she's she's probably on a government computer and can't get on Facebook.
Oh,
You forget.
well, maybe she's not at work. She even texted me. She was like, I gotta text Marissa.
Wow.
I will say that the Facebook looks like it is having a rough time. It
looks good on my end. It looks so good on my end.
You can see Facebook on your end?
Yeah.
Okay, on my end, it's got the spinny thing going.
Well, I will just do it live, and then we'll put the little live thing in the video, and then we'll premiere it again at 8:00, and it'll look like it's live. And I'll cut it.
Here's the thing: we have 4 purchased tickets.
Okay. Go ahead and send them the link.
Okay, before you get started here, though, I'm going to just try something, okay?
Okay.
I'll wait. Can you be patient with me?
This is a live testing. I'm gonna. If I had music cleared already, I would play some music. Let me see. Can I find some royalty-free music somewhere? Let's see.
Oh, it says this content isn't available right now.
Wow.
Because you're on Zoom. Or because we're on so yeah, here we thought we were all the shit and we're not. Timothy, I really think you should go use the Facebook Live thing.
I don't know how. Oh, okay. All right. I'll try that then.
Do you see how to do it now?
No, the one that I tried earlier that you said it would go live first. So let me do that.
No. Just go to our event.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it says
we'll go to it now. I will go to it now. Here we go.
Yeah, I think that because we missed it, it's not going to let us go live anymore.
Are you making things up?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not logged in as you either, so that might be part of it as well. Yeah, it kicked me out of the live. It's locked out.
What's you're locked out of what?
Okay, please go to Facebook and go live there. You should see a button that says go live now when you go to the event.
Okay. Go live now. Let's see. It says join event. It says about. I'm at the event.
Oh yeah, ready to start your event. The external link you provided will only be visible to guests that have paid the event. Yeah, that's all right. So home, they need to go to, okay, so this is where it's kind of nutty. They need to go to Blackdom because that's where it's live, right? Oh, dude, this is just hard. All right, well, it's not in there anymore.
What's not in there?
We're not live anywhere. We're not live on Facebook.
No?
Nope. Timothy, people are texting me now annoyed because they paid.
Okay. Tell them I haven't started yet. We're having technical difficulty. And we'll go from there. We can give them the Zoom link. For the 4 people who paid, just give them the Zoom link.
Okay, well, I don't have the Zoom link. You're gonna have to give it
So
to
let
me.
me give it to you. What is that under? Invite or something?
Yeah, this is just. Oh, I know what happened. Oh my God. Okay, I think I actually kicked us out. Do you have the Zoom link, Timothy?
Yes, hold on. I don't know where I'm supposed to get it from, but let me go here, go to Zoom. Do I go to Zoom? No. I go to the app, right? So let me go to the app. Jeez. Okay. Here, copy invitation, and here now, Pro V. All right, so I just put it in the chat.
Yeah, Timothy, I don't know what to say, but this is a
I gave you
bad
the
one.
Zoom link, so give them the Zoom link. The 4 people who paid.
I think I've got too much going on my phone and my computer.
Mm. 6/17 on 6/17/2021. I just wanted to mark that moment.
I'm so glad you're happy right now. I'm struggling here.
It's okay. Look, slaves, people under the conditions of slavery, people under the institutions of slavery finally got free today. So, oh, Cheryl Odom is here. I can admit
Okay.
her. You want me to admit her? Okay, admit. All right. Thank you for being here, Cheryl.
Guys, I feel so bad. I feel so bad for you. This is a nightmare.
It is.
I wish I was more of a tech geek so I could help you. This is awful. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
But it's nice to meet you, Dr. Timothy.
It's nice to meet you too. And here's the thing that Melissa and I, we kind of, have been under pressure doing other things, presentations, all this other stuff. So we just decided, okay, we're going to lock down and we're going to try to figure this thing out. And this is as far as we got. So I'm glad you're here, and you're going to have a very personal version of this, because it's going to be more interactive. Usually I go through my script in about 12 to 15 minutes. I may pause for effect. But here you get to engage the material as we go. And Kate Nelson is here. I'm going to admit her too.
Okay, let's try to, I don't know if can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi there.
How are you?
Stressed out watching you guys.
Sorry. Oh, what a bummer. All right. I'm going to try to see if I can get this shared publicly.
Okay. In the meantime, since you two are here, I will make sure to give you even more. Okay, so this right here is a ad for a celebration in Blackdom, Sunday, June 19th, 1927.
Juneteenth.
Yes. Is that not amazing?
That is amazing. That's really cool.
Right. So how, I guess I'm about to ask you, so I ask you a question, but how do you imagine, in Blackdom, in New Mexico, and a lot of people have no idea that Blackdom even existed? That to me is amazing. So that's why we do these. We try to put it in, normally we're in academic spaces. So we've tried to put it more in as close to people as possible. So this is how we do it, right? So now we have the technical difficulty. So how are we doing, Marisa?
I need to get this to Dr. Bannerman.
Okay. All right.
While we're waiting, if we're waiting, I have an African American friend who knows about the various Black townships.
Oh yeah?
Across the country.
Who?
Her name is Alita Diane Kiwanuka. She's married to a guy from Uganda.
Oh,
and she wants to be a part of your project.
Okay.
So I'm asked, she's a costume person.
Okay.
So I'm saying, she's very excited about it and wants to know more. She's in Alabama with family right now, but she'll be back in Albuquerque in a few days. I'm just letting you know, if you see that name, Alita Diane Kiwanuka, that's my friend who's very interested, because she's studied other ones and she didn't know about the one in Mexico. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Marisa is the person who will she will be engaging with.
Okay, great. Good to know. I'll have her message. I'll have her message Marissa.
Yes.
All right, so it looks like somehow Restream disconnected from Facebook. It's
Oh,
offline. We're online on YouTube, so I am going to share that link with everybody.
okay.
Um, all
Facebook
right.
is being a little different than it used to be. So
Oh, yeah, that's not even gonna, they're just not letting us share.
wow.
Yeah, they're just not letting us do this. Hi, Kate. How are you?
Where's my?
Are you with us, Kate?
She's looking for the mute button. I think she
Hear me?
pressed mute. Yes, now we can.
Okay. Hi.
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 I'm like, while you're getting your act together, I'm trying to finish the day's work here. So
Nice, nice, nice.
Now, do you manage one of the state publications, correct?
New Mexico Magazine.
Okay, got it, got it. And one of your employees reached out to us, correct?
Yeah, that's right. And
Wow.
you raised some really good points about holding off and seeing what we might be able to do in a different realm. So I'm here to learn. I spent a number of years working at the New Mexico History Museum, so I have kind of a broad knowledge of almost everything that happened in the state. But I love going down rabbit holes and
This is I love what you just said, the rabbit holes. See, that's what this is about. We
yeah.
start here and then there's just this larger group of rabbit holes that I have grouped by eras. So you can see there's a trajectory there. That's the rabbit holes. So I love that you said rabbit holes, because even within the ones that are normally in my presentation, I have things that I've never actually shared because I usually have to skip past it. So here in this personal one, you can say, oh, okay, well, is there more on that? And I might have something on it. And I might not, but I'll actually be able to tell you something about it in the middle
All
of the
right.
presentation instead of you having to remember it at the end. So
And ladies, we really appreciate you bearing with
thank
us.
you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so Timothy, it looks like I'm able to share our live link to one of our business pages.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Offers are free posting. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm offering something. I have no idea.
They trying to sell you stuff in the middle of a live broadcast. this is
Yeah, they just really do not want us to do this.
yeah.
Facebook does not want us to
The
do this.
devil is a lie. We still gonna have this done.
So, you know, what happened, ladies, is to be able to monetize events on their system, you had to create an event by a certain time. So we did
Yeah.
this event weeks ago, and then when we decided we wanted to make it free, it wouldn't allow us to.
Yeah.
All right.
I just considered it a donation to your project, frankly.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
And if it works to can it for tonight and reschedule it when the
Yeah, that would be great because I've got to go at 7.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Let me know what are you what works best, because I could do the 30 minutes and we can or we can do it again. What works best for both of you?
Well, I'm wondering how many people paid to see it, because
I've got everybody covered.
Okay, because so I think so many people wanted. I noticed how many people had signed up that
People
wanted to see
signed
it.
up, but very few bought a ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, but even so, rescheduling it for everyone would be awesome, because I think what you have to offer is really valuable.
I agree.
There's a way to do that.
Yeah, and we're going to have to figure out how to, anyway, yeah, we'll figure that out. This is a technology problem for sure.
So
yeah, Facebook
I will do more of these. I'll do what I can here. And how about this? I start, and how much time do you all have?
Half hour.
Okay, half hour. And that's a lot, especially with just this intimate group.
Yeah.
Cheryl, are you okay with it?
I'm the one that said half hour.
Oh, okay. Kate,
Yeah, that sounds great.
okay, all right. A half hour with both of you. I promise you're going to get a lot out of this half hour. So,
Awesome.
Okay.
and Melissa, she's just going to be in the studio, making sure that everyone else can see it if they can. But you two are there. So I'm going to start from the beginning. Let's go all the way back and here. Okay. Now, Juneteenth. This is actually my transcripts. I like to show people sometimes that I got a D+ in African American history. I wasn't that great a student, but I really liked the subject, so that's why I'm still here. So if you go to Compton College on Greenleaf, which is right off of the campus, you'll see this sign here. Now, this is Compton, inner city, gangster rap, everything. And there is a "Don't Ride Your Horse on the Grass" sign right outside of it. Most people can't imagine that. I don't know if you have ever thought about that, right? Like, but yeah, it's there because Compton has cowboys. Well, most people try to figure out how did they get there. And so that's what this history is. It's actually a cultural history. It's a cultural history of Black cowboys. Most of the time we think of cultural histories in the West through Frederick Jackson Turner's Frontier Thesis. Mine is the Afro-Frontier Thesis. And so what I'm doing is, they say here in the New York Times in last June, evoking history, Black cowboys take to the streets. Why? why now are we looking at Black cowboy culture rising to the forefront of American popular culture? Again, the Afro-Frontier Thesis suggests intersectional Blackness emerges in moments of chaos, particularly during times of epic displays of Americanized violence. When in season, they ride as the tip of the spear. Today, we shine light on the section of Black folks who intentionally segregated themselves in order to deliver on their ancestral striving beyond freedom and into sovereignty. Now, this is the place where I usually skip over. I'm going to kind of open it up a little bit to ask if anyone cares or has any questions about how Prince Hall or Bishop Richard Allen fit into the Afro-Frontier Thesis. If you have any questions now, I will take it. Usually I don't take questions during, but this is a specialty.
Those are both new names to me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'll go here. Prince Hall, he was the leader of a breakaway group from normal Freemasonry. Okay. And he created Prince Hall Freemasonry at the same time as they were writing the Constitution in Pennsylvania, in Philly. Right. So as they were writing the Constitution, they were forming the Black Freemason breakaway group. Well, what's his name? George Washington. He's also a Freemason. So now you have a Black-white, binary situation in Freemasonry that comes out later on in 100 years later when you're dealing with the Shriners. But that's a whole nother story. So, but Prince Hall, he led the sect, and he also joined the AME Church. Have you ever heard of the Black Church? And they talk about the AME Church.
Yes.
Well, this is one of the main founders, Bishop Richard Allen. And so he broke away from the Episcopal Church and helped to create the AME Church. And so I'm going to go here. Okay, so this right here, you have Bethel. This is the one of the places that I never talk about. So I'm so happy y'all asked. Okay, so you can see this is the AME church, and this is the famous AME church. We had, I mean, I don't mean to bring it into the room, but there was the massacre at the Bethel church. And so it's historic. And that was part of the reason why it was a big deal. So in that church, you had the communing of Black military men, Black Freemasons, and ministers. And so they become the key to understanding Blackdom and its significance, right? Because let's be honest, Blackdom lasted 30 years at best. And you're talking about in New Mexico where, the beginning of history started here, kind of, right? So what does 30 years have to do with anything? Well, this is what it has to do with. It's a continuum of Africans in diaspora seeking ways to humanize themselves in a system that dehumanized them. So they took that triad of military personnel, okay, revolutionary triad of military personnel and Freemasons and ministers. And you'll see that triad again if you go to Liberia in, 1821. So in Liberia, they began colonizing on African soil, which was a part of their ideology as Ethiopianists. Okay, so that may be a new term too. So Ethiopianism is basically the Black person's pilgrimage to promised land. Okay, so it's the beginning of creating the Afrotopia in your mind. You think of Ethiopia when you're in America. So Ethiopianism becomes that calling. And also Ethiopia has other historical reasons why it's Ethiopia. But in the church, that's what they were teaching. And so you can see here the Ethiopian regiment, they fought on the British side of the Revolutionary War. And then they went on to Nova Scotia. And then they went on to Sierra Leone in a British colonization effort in West Africa. So what you see here is colonization becoming kind of an ethos for Black folks during the beginning of America. And this story is it's never told because we mostly talk about slavery. Well, what the Afro-Frontier thesis says is slavery happened, but it only interrupted a already happening continuum of Black folks looking at colonizing something, and colonizing for one reason, for sovereignty. Sovereignty is beyond freedom. It's kind of like the exercise of freedom. Okay.
Yeah.
The summer of 2020 began with the racial violence similar to the assaults perpetuated during the summer of 1919, a period often referred to as Red Summer. Black people on horse, born and raised in Compton, was a vivid show of anti-racist force. June 9th, 2020, Black cowboys and cowgirls from Compton graced the pages of the New York Times under the headline, Evoking History. Black cowboys take to the streets. For people who grew up in Hub City, it was more of our reality. Leaving the Afro-Frontier to occupy space in places like Southern California, Harlem in particular, Oakland, to engage America's roaring 20s, Black cowboys continued to maintain a vibrant culture amongst themselves. A historical narrative sickness has concealed a brief period at the turn of the 20th century when Black people realized their ancestral strivings behind the Du Boisian veil of double consciousness. And I'm going to pause right there because I want you to realize that this right here is me talking to you. And then when I put this up, this kind of symbolizes that Du Boisian veil. If you see over here, here's the book Afrotopia, where a lot of the research I do on how Black folks thought about themselves through the lens of Afrotopia it's here in this trajectory. So these are some of the things that I don't normally talk about in my presentations. So Blackdom was a real place located in the southeastern section of the New Mexico territory. The Afro-Frontier town was part of a Black colonization movement that operated on a continuum influenced by ministers, military men, and Black Freemasons. And so when you get into Christianity and indigenous populations, you can imagine that there was a notion of Christian versus savage and that kind of thing. So, and Black folks were in Blackdom were Christian, and they were a part of Buffalo soldiering. However, in the borderlands, you quickly learn that that binary of savage and Christian doesn't really exist, particularly in the borderlands. And so Blackdomites quickly acclimated to New Mexicanity, After the Plessy decision established the separate but equal doctrine, Black institutions evolved to take advantage by encouraging a separate and equal response. Blackdom was a real place that started with an inherited idea. The Afro-Frontier town manifested at the turn of the 20th century for African descendants under the conditions of American Blackness. The idea for Blackdom developed throughout the 19th century. And I'm going to pause right there to say throughout the 19th century, Prince Hall Freemasonry and the AME Church commingled. And so now you have military personnel. And so that triad carried throughout the 19th century. And that's how you end up with Blackdom in the middle of westward expansion in the borderlands and in New Mexico, which was a territory, which is important. Territory laws are different than state laws. The idea for Blackdom developed throughout the 19th century. And in the 20th century, although Blackdom existed as a town for a brief moment, self-determination and how to achieve it were exemplified in the experiment. Significant to the Black and ambitious, Blackdom town site was a proof of concept for how to deliver on the promise of God's sovereignty. In practice, Blackdomites pooled land to build a 10,000 person all Black municipality on Mescalero reservation land. At the core of their movement was the exploitation of indigenous land through the homestead process. In 1900, Black people totaled less than 200 in Chavez County. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. I have other charts here. Let me see if I can get to. Yes, I think it's in the middle of another chart. Okay, so I'm gonna back this out. I never do this. You can see Negroes here, 1910, 1900, and that's the whole state, right? That's the whole state. 1.2%. So I'm going to go back to. So this is now zooming into Chavez County, Bernalillo. So yeah, Negroes here. From the state of Washington to South Carolina, so throughout all of the outlets for the Associated Press, and back then it was coast to coast. So from the state of Washington to South Carolina, Blackdomites advertised the organization of Afrotopia. And let me see if I can get a good view of this. Blackdom Townsite Company of Santa Fe. With a capital stock, they did so with a capital stock of $10,000. It was $10,000 in 1903. Does anybody know what is the equivalent today? Anyone?
Nope.
$340,000.
See, I knew she would know because she knows everything, right? Like $10,000. Okay, The purpose to establish a colony of Negroes from the southern states in Chavez County. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Okay. So this is the Santa Fe New Mexican. And then this is the Articles of Incorporation here that was printed in the Santa Fe New Mexican. So a lot of the time, when I first started researching Blackdom, what I kept hearing is, oh, is there enough evidence for this place? Is there any records for this place? And I thought it's strange because I was like, well, maybe this place is that small. And I realized there's a lot more than people could see. And today with digital scanning, you're able to actually look, a lot deeper when you want to. So this is a homestead record for Isaac Jones. And we're not going to go deep into it, but Isaac Jones was Blackdom Townsite Company's first vice president. Okay, we talk about the president all the time, Frank Boyer. Here's the vice president, Isaac Jones. He began his homestead in April of 1903. In 1905, Isaac Jones became the first Blackdomite co-founder to complete a homestead. Out of all Blackdomites, the basic process took between 3 to 10 years. And I like to talk about this question here because I label the early years of Blackdom lost simply for this one question on their homestead record. And I'm going to read it. Is your present claim within the limits of an incorporated town or selected site for a city or town, or used in any way for trade and business? No, sir. This is the vice president of the Blackdom Townsite Company. Is he lying on his federal records? Because he is signing this thing under the threat of federal perjury. Anybody have any thoughts on why he would do that? It's part of why I call it the lost years, because there's a lot to be understood about how Blackdom's early years developed. And this is from the homestead rate. This is actually right here, Blackdom Townsite. And this road right here, let me see, right in the middle here where this slant is the Roswell Correctional Facility. It is right in the middle of Blackdom's Commons within a few miles of Blackdom Town Square, which is this square within a square, 40 acres. Right north of it is where Ella Boyer homesteaded. And we'll get to that. Maybe. If you all have time, but after a minimal participation in the colonization scheme, Blackdom was revived as a way to mitigate the impact of New Mexico's impending statehood and the shift from federal to local power. Blackdom's elite owned land, but owning land wasn't enough to realize their Afro-topic dreams. Located 20 miles south of Roswell, and okay, I had a friend visit from Georgia, come to New Mexico, went to Roswell, and I said, "Oh, so did you think about going to Blackdom?" She's like, "Blackdom?" So she was in Roswell. There's not a lot of information given. So we kind of have to fill in with events like this, particularly during
Jim, I have a question though.
Yes.
Is there anything to see there?
No.
Dang.
So Timothy, do you want to go into
Yes. So seeing. Okay, so we talk about Black Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
You could see a lot if you went through the Greenwood district, but it was burned down, right? So if you have something you can't see, but it exists, you can't burn it down. I'll give you another example. How do you burn down a virtual town? See, Blackdomites they existed in two places at the same time. They existed in Roswell. That's why I keep mentioning 20 miles north. because they existed in Roswell as cooks, maids, and this is the explained part. This is the Afro-Frontier part. They existed as cooks, maids, porters. But in Blackdom, they were co-founders, vice presidents, and presidents, and so on. Do you see the duality happening there?
Yeah.
So they don't need to build anything as long as they engage as townspeople.
And their articles of incorporation.
Yeah, there
So
are.
It was intention. It was intention.
Yes, it was intentional. Remember, they started the Blackdom Oil Company in 1919. What did I say happened in 1919, the summer of 1919? Red Summer, the overwhelming violence against Black folks that they retaliated. And so there was this war going on. Well, at that same time, Blackdom Oil was being discussed. So they had to figure out how to create an oil company while Black towns were being burned down.
But when was the church moved?
The church was moved in 1922, which was a year after the burning of Black Wall Street. They started the oil company in 1919. So in between that time, 1921, is when Boyer actually left Tovado. So what you can see here is they wanted to lower their visibility so that their oil company could exist. Yeah.
And all the attention was over there on Oklahoma. So they knew they need to figure some stuff out. Because it's kind of, with a name like Blackdom, eventually the focus
they're coming.
Them.
And they eventually did try to come because the Pioneer Clan chapter number 15 was started in what? Roswell. And New Mexico wasn't a place where the Ku Klux Klan, ruled. But in the Confederacy or the ex-Confederacy that Roswell was, it grew there. Of all places, because Blackdomites were hitting the lotto basically with this whole oil thing, the competition thing, the Black Wall Street thing. But, Roswell was integrated, even though it had those standards of Southern society, it was still integrated. There was no Black side of town. So, Black people were able to be Blackdomites and Roswellians at the same time. So. That's why, even though there's nothing to see, there still should be something there commemorating their existence.
Absolutely.
During Blackdom's revival after 1909, Blackdom included the significant striving of Black women. As they began participating in the homestead process more fully, Mattie Moore, Pernisha Russell, and Ella Boyer were a few who chose to engage the world as part of Blackdom's homestead class. And there was a whole class, and it meant something too to be in that class. Blackdom's growth intensified with the passage of the Homestead Enlargement Act of 1909. I'm just trying to get closer to it here. So here's the act, and there's New Mexico right there. And as you can see, you can go to a whole square mile. Imagine owning a whole square mile, right? Black folks. And a lot of these Black folks who had came into Blackdom maybe were children under the institution of slavery. So when we're talking about Juneteenth, remember, some of these kids can now celebrate Juneteenth in Blackdom out of slavery in a town called Blackdom, owned by the Black folks. That's Juneteenth. That's the day of Jubilee. So we're going to read that ad at the end, and let me know when it's 5 minutes and y'all have to go, because then we're going to get to that ad really quick.
That's Juneteenth. That's the day of Jubilee.
That's where we're at right now, Timothy.
Okay, so we're at the 5 minutes. Okay.
Well, we're at 6:51.
Okay, so let me go to the ad because I want to spend time there. So we can stop there. I don't have to go any further. We can look at other presentations if you want for the whole, But let me.
You're going to their Juneteenth celebration?
Yes, I'm going to the ad, and we're just going to read it. Hold on. There we go. All right, you going to read it for me?
Yes. Or Cheryl or Kate, do one of you want to read it?
We'll all read it. We'll read it by paragraphs or something. Go.
Okay,
I'm having a hard time seeing the screen because
I'll read it.
before.
I'll read it. So Timothy,
Okay, go.
62 years of freedom be celebrated at Blackdom 19th. Our 62nd Juneteenth anniversary is scheduled to arrive at Blackdom, Chaves County, New Mexico on Sunday, June 19th at 1927.
Oh,
on
my bad.
that day,
Sorry.
it's okay.
I was trying to zoom in.
I'm with you.
Okay, thank you. See, patience.
On
right?
that day, it was being arranged to have, instead of a jazz band to furnish music, a well-trained choir to sing the choicest of our plantation melodies, as well as some of the latest Negro spirituals. There will be preaching, of course, whether you like it or not. That means that
wait. What? Whether you like it or not, we're gonna be preaching. This is gonna be slave. I just want you to understand, this is a holiday, right? But everybody's gonna be drinking and enjoying themselves. Watch, you're gonna see them at the beach. This is not the holiday for that, but it is the summer, so whatever happens, happens. Whatever.
Are you gonna let me finish reading it?
Yes.
All right. There will be preaching, of course, whether you like it or not. That means by the very nature of the thing that there will be no booze in 3 miles of.
Sorry. I'm trying to zoom in on the booze part. Hold on. Please be patient with me, because it is significant, because this is what else is happening now. You're talking about the Volstead Act and prohibition. So there will be no booze. So this is history of Black people in the middle of prohibition. And one of the more important elements of this is Mitty Moore, who was a bootlegger, who then ended up owning a whole square mile south of Blackdom on the other side of the Roswell Correctional Facility. So between Mitty's land and Blackdom Town Square is Roswell Correctional Facility, and she was a bootlegger, madam, and so on. So we could go on. I know y'all have to go. Are there any questions? We can go back to something if you want. And we're gonna do this again. So it's and you have a special pass.
I have a request.
Okay.
Because I'm such a history geek.
Okay.
All of that stuff you were showing is so small, I can't really read it on the tiny screen. Is it a PowerPoint that you're using? Is there a way to share it? I'd love to read more of it.
Now, we have several of the links for his past presentations on our website.
Okay.
And I will share those with you now. Our website has, I'm going to share, which one do you think, Timothy? There's the Las Cruces Museums event.
Yeah, Las Cruces.
There's a very academic one with New Mexico State.
That's the kind of stuff, because I geek out over it.
Okay.
Then you probably want the WHA one then, right? The one at Western History Association.
All right.
Yeah, that one with.
Okay, I'm going to share this in the link with you, ladies. Forgive us. This was a mess here.
But look, okay, this is a mess, but it is a mess over the matrix. Like, we are literally talking to one another. My TV is talking to me. That's how think about that.
He was also over ambitious in trying to stream to multiple platforms simultaneously.
Hey, if it's there.
Welcome. Welcome to this very special live edition of the New Mexico Communities Council program series, starting conversations on the subject of Blackdom, New Mexico.
I did the way I found you was I listened to one of these. I can't remember which one. I really loved it.
And it changes each time. The narrative that you hear in the different presentations work in different environments differently, because I'm going to get asked different questions. Like, you asked me a question, or I don't see anybody here, so I'm assuming you asked the question about Bishop Richard Allen and Prince Hall. Well, realize few people ask that question. This is the first time that's ever been asked. So
I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated with the whole thing. I had no idea that even existed. It's really cool. I want to know more about it. That's the kind of thing that I get really hungry for when I find out about it.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, what
That's
kind
what the book
of
is.
efforts, if any, are underway for commemoration of the site and of the history? And is it something that we could get behind and push over the finish line?
Marissa would talk about that, but she's on mute, so I'm just going to talk right now. There are there's a few people talking about doing things. We commemorated it on a daily basis, whether it's in social media and doing things like this. And Marissa's going to talk now. Go.
So, Kate, I would love to talk to you about that. Maybe we could brainstorm. There's some history that we would need to share with you.
Sure.
But we would definitely love to talk to you at some point about that if you're interested.
Yeah, that sounds great. Maybe we could arrange an in-person coffee and chat. And
we could do it in person now.
Yeah, and we're vaccinated.
I would love that.
Okay, great. I will connect with you.
Okay.
Will you put your email here in the chat for me? And Cheryl, I shared the New Mexico Humanities conversation, and it's really great because there's a woman from the Southwest the Roswell Historical Society that was on there, and we've done other things with her. Her name is Janice Donahue. She's actually the archivist there.
She's awesome.
Yes. And we also had the woman out at Eastern New Mexico. And we also had Maya Allen, a young woman botanist at a UNM. She's in her final of her PhD. And she used Timothy's work to do the furthering of talking about Black people and farming in New Mexico, dry farming specifically. And so what she brought to the conversation was pretty amazing.
To the point where I'm having to rethink some of the thoughts I thought about Blackdom.
And right now, Timothy's writing a book.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 6:59. I'm
gonna need to take off. I've got.
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
I'm gonna be busy for about the next month, but then after that, I'll have more free time and I'll get to some of this.
Okay, and if you want a refund, just let us know.
Okay, that's awesome. Of course I do. but it's going to be that the show opens July 27th, and then I'm free as a bird. Okay.
All righty. Thank you.
That'll be great. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you,
guys.
Absolutely.
It's good to learn something new.
Okay, I got your email, Kate and Cheryl. I've got both your emails. I'm going to get them, and I'll send you a thank you. Please let us know if you want a refund for tonight.
No. Put it to a good cause.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely.
To coffee.
There you go.
That's perfect right there. Right?
I don't buy much coffee anymore, though.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.